Hi, and welcome back to Supply Chain Secrets. And if you haven't been here before, well, welcome. I've got some really interesting news to share with you this week, coming right up. Okay, so what's the news this week? Well, many of you probably know that my day job is actually running a consulting business called Logistics Bureau. And what we've decided to do at Logistics Bureau is to run a really extensive set of webinars coming up starting mid-July, and we're going to be doing them every week for 16 weeks. And I'm going to tell you what all the topics are on this bit of paper. So what's all that about? Well, normally we do live events for our consulting clients at Logistics Bureau, but obviously with the sort of lockdowns and so on around the world, we haven't been doing those so often, and so we've been ramping up our webinars, and they've been really popular. So what I thought I would do is to give our subscribers here on Supply Chain Secrets first go at jumping in and booking some of these webinars. So I'll put this up as an extra video, not just one of our weekly videos. So you might be wondering, what are these webinars about? And he's going to be trying to sell stuff. No, it's nothing to do with that. There is nothing to buy on these webinars. They will run for about an hour or so, and it's really just to share some tips with people, DIY tips that they can do on all aspects of their supply chain to basically save money, improve service, and so on. So whilst you might be a student in supply chain, it's going to be of interest to you. It's going to be of great value if you're actually a manager in a business with some supply chain responsibility. So, whether you're a finance director or a general manager or, a functional manager, a warehouse manager, transport manager, whatever, you'll get a lot of tips out of these. So let me run through the list. So I think we're starting on 15th of July. And I should point out, you might be wondering, what time of day are they? We're running them twice. So they're going to run on a Wednesday every week for 16 weeks, and they're going to run twice. And the reason for that is so that more people around the world can actually join in and engage on the webinars. So roughly, they're going to be midday East Coast Australia time and midday West Coast US time. I say roughly because there's a daylight saving change partway through the series. So what we've found in the past is that most people can manage those times. So anyway, let me get down to the topics. What do you mean? And this is the sequence that they're going to come in. How to gain more benefit from your S&OP or integrated business planning process. I've got Stephen Thacker doing that. He's a whiz. You've probably seen him on the channel. Easy ways to gain more capacity in your warehouse. That one's with John Monk. He's got videos on the channel as well. Is your warehouse design and layout hurting your business? Mal Walker's going to be helping me with that one. All these guys are on the channel, I think. They're all part of my consulting group at Logistics Bureau. 5 top tips for improving your freight contracts. That's with Gary McWilliams. I don't think he's been on the channel yet, so you'll find him really good. Logistics outsourcing and how to minimize the pain of outsourcing. So Gary's going to help me with that one. How to manage spare parts inventories to boost service. That one's with Kieran Hogan. I think you've seen him on the channel. 4 ways to improve procurement outcomes. Who would it be doing procurement? Trent Morris. Trent's videos are always popular here. And then we've got 6 keys to better supply chain project management. You won't have seen this guy before, Simon Rangham. Simon's worked with Logistics Bureau for almost 20 years. One 10-year chunk, and then he went into some big corporates for a bit. This is his 3rd time back at Logistics Bureau, and I hope he's not watching this, but Simon is probably one of the best project managers in supply chain I've come across, and I said to him, you've got to share some tips on these webinars. Then we've got the right way to use KPIs to boost performance. That's with Stephen Thacker. You've probably seen him on the channel. Supply chain benchmarking, how to use it to accelerate performance. That's with Stephen. Why your distribution network costs too much. Got to be my topic, isn't it? Distribution networks. Secondary sourcing, the why and how. That's with Trent again, so that'll be a great one. Inventory management and your unseen problems with Melanie Gemford. Melanie, you won't have seen on the channel. Supply chain strategy 101, getting focused. That's one of mine. Finding and plugging your supply chain cost leaks. That's going to be with me. And then we're going to wrap up with Stephen again on what is S&OP, or Integrated Business Planning, and why do you need it? So he's kicking off the series for people who already use S&OP, also known as IBP. That's the sort of modern version of it, and how they can improve it. And then he's closing the series with a bit of an introduction. So I thought I'd share that with you. It's a bit of a marathon session. We've never done this before. So every week for 16 weeks, and we're running each webinar twice to cover all the time zones. So I'll put a link down below where you can jump on there and book. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends about the channel. And I'll see you very soon, either on the channel or at one of those webinars.